Hi, my name's Jennifer. I'm babysitting my grandbaby, which is very exciting. I wanted to do a live video about what life after Lowell has been like for me. I was released 4 years ago on Christmas Eve at midnight. I was given a second-hand pair of clothes that didn't fit me to leave. I couldn't even get the shoes on. I was told I would be given something decent to leave in, but I wasn't. I think I was given $50, if I remember correctly. And when I got home, I would have terrible anxiety attacks. I mean, just awful. I had one in the library, which is a very calm and quiet place, but going out in public after I got home from Lowell was very scary for me to be in the free world. And I only did 2.5 years at Lowell, so I can imagine what women go through who have done very long sentences. You know, it's hard to acclimate to the outside world, and there's so much routine there, and everything is done in a certain time, in a certain order, and I had a real hard time adapting. It's a good thing I hooked up with Alcoholics Anonymous, and a lot of women in the program were on the other end of the telephone, and I could pick it up and call and get some support and some hope and experience and strength from them. And a lot of women in the program have been in similar situations, so it's nice to have a sisterhood that I can depend on. It took me 6 months after my release from prison to find a job. It was the first time I had been in trouble, but I racked up 14 felonies at once, theft and fraud charges, which employers don't like to see. I got a job at Dollar Tree after 6 months. I worked there for 4 years. Just recently gave it up to try my cleaning business that I'm starting through the Women in AA. But the 4 years I worked there, I was a good employee. I only missed 1 day of work. I had 2 bosses there. They both recommended me for a promotion to be assistant manager at Dollar Tree, because now that I'm clean and sober, I'm able to show up on time and work hard and be nice and just do a good job. But at the corporate level, I was denied because of my charges, and that was very discouraging for me for a long time. I thought, if I can't even move up at the Dollar Tree, how the hell am I going to get a decent position in life? But my probation officer, when you fill out your form and you go into probation, I have 10 years of probation. They asked for the manager's name and phone number. I put that down. They called the store and spoke with an assistant manager. The only person I have to tell I'm on probation is the hiring and firing manager. So they spoke to the assistant manager, and then I had a really hard time at the Dollar Tree after that, because everybody knew my business then. So I think the probation officer should make it their business to only speak to the person in charge, so that, but you know, it's not set up to make life easy for us. I think, you know, they just want to catch you slipping and put you back. I really feel that way sometimes. And another thing that's discouraging is the 10 years probation. I have to go in and pee in a cup every month. Even though I don't have drug charges, I have to, you know, to be blunt, drop my pants down to the floor and expose myself every month. It's very discouraging, and it's just demeaning. But luckily in the housing department, I've had the same landlord for 11 years. But I had to put my lease in someone else's name because of my felonies. I have $65,000 in restitution, which I cannot pay. It's $700 and something a month payments I'm supposed to be making. And because I have not been able to meet that financial obligation, I'm being violated for the second time. And I've lost a lot because of this probation. I can't leave Alachua County. And my father died 6 months ago in Michigan. I had 2 women in Alcoholics Anonymous offer to pay my way to see him before he died. and probation wouldn't let me go. The supervisor said I was too far behind in my monetary payments. I was not convicted of $65,000 worth of theft. It was a restitution that was held afterwards, a restitution hearing. My stepson was in a car accident in Ocala and hospitalized. Probation would not allow me to travel to Ocala, which is just the next county over, and visit him in the hospital. My daughter got baptized in Ormond Beach. I was not allowed to attend that because of probation. It feels like the prison gates have just expanded a little farther out. You know, that my biggest regret is that my father died without seeing me. I mean, not only am I being punished, but my family's being punished. My mother's not well. Is she going to be the next relative to die that I won't be allowed to go see? I'm discouraged in a lot of areas about this probation. But I have to go to court Tuesday, and I have to present a case to the judge that I'm unable to pay it. Maybe it'll be moved to a civil lien, and I'll be able to travel. I would really like to take meetings, AA meetings, into the girls at Lowell. That's one of my biggest things on my to-do list, because I never knew that there was a different way of life. I grew up in a family full of alcoholics and addicts, an uncle in prison doing 10 years for armed bank robbery. It was a way of life that I easily fell into because I was used to it, and it's what I saw happen every day. When I joined Alcoholics Anonymous, I saw that women got well, and there was another way to live. And I basically got sanity for the first time in my life. I grew up in an abusive home, and I think so much of the women there did, and they don't know a different way of life. And I would like to go back into Lowell, even though probation won't allow me at this point in time. And I would like to share from my experience and let them know that you don't have to live with drugs and alcohol, that there is a better way. And, you know, my father passing today is his birthday. And that was really, really hard for me, you know. But he was robbed of the opportunity of seeing his child before he passed. And I just feel like my future is invested in women at Lowell in some way, shape, or form. I just have a great love and compassion for them, and I've heard some horror stories. One of my bunkies had been prostituted out by her own mother. She gave birth to a baby at home and didn't know what was happening to her at like 13 years old. These women are damaged, some of them, but never beyond repair. There's always hope. And just to meet a group of women here on this page that care about them is a great feeling, because there's some terrible treatment in there, and when you get out, it's just so hard. I've worked 7 days a week for over 8 months at 2 jobs just to make a living. You know, I've started over. I will not be able to escape my past. I've been turned down for so many jobs, and I've explained to employers, look, I'm clean, I'm sober, I've turned things around, I have reference letters, I bring meetings into detox units, and I try and sell myself, but it gets very discouraging being turned down time and time again. I was in jail with a lady who had a crime against a young child. She had gotten 2 jobs before I had even found my first job, and everybody's charge is different, but I think people deserve a fresh start. And I'm just thankful for all you ladies there today, and pray for me on my court date Tuesday that I'll be, you know, able to travel, able to go back into Lowell and do things like that. And just, you know, instead of when I was an addict and alcoholic, I robbed, cheated, and stole. It's what I did. Now I want to contribute and help lift up other women. And I love you ladies, and thanks for being there.